Well, I just heard the news today. Oh boy, seems that the radiation level around here is really high. I hope it doesn't affect me at all. I haven't noticed anything different though. So anyway, I have something I need to vlog about.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is President Eisenhower speaking. It is a great personal satisfaction to participate in this first experiment in communications.
Hey Bloopies, how are you doing? Yeah, I've got something I need to talk to you guys about. I've been meaning to talk about this for a long time. Remember back in 1932, I did a vlog where I was talking about this golf tournament that I was going to be in, a miniature golf tournament, and I asked you guys if you would sponsor me, and several of you said yes, and you're very generous, and thank you very much for those of you who could do it. So yeah, I thought it was about time that I came back and told you guys how the golf tournament went. I did take a short film of it. I'll show you that in just a few minutes, but I want to talk about it first for a little bit. First of all, it rained the day that the golf tournament was supposed to take place, and I think the pastor felt like some people wouldn't want to go out and play in the rain. It was just a light drizzle. I would have been okay with it, but he's probably made the right call. So what they did is they went to the church and they set up like an 18-hole miniature golf course in the church. So you had like upstairs there, there was like the first 9 holes were upstairs, the second 9 holes were downstairs. They used like things all around the church, like toys from the playroom, and things from the medical closet, and chairs and boxes of food and all kinds of stuff. It was really fun to see it. I was a little frustrated that day. There was these kids that were playing, and they would hog the holes. They'd like play over and over and over, and not move on. And they'd like hit the ball, run and get the ball, come back, start over, hit the ball, run and get the ball, come back, start over. I'll admit I did that on a few holes too. But when I was doing that, and I knew there were people behind me, I'd step aside and let them play through. These kids weren't doing that, so I got a little bitchy with a couple of them. It's just, I was standing there waiting for him to get done with this hole, and he just kept starting over. One of the ladies from her church dressed as a clown that day, and it turns out there's a guy. He's like this, how do I put it? He's like extremely muscular. He works out all the time. He's like always talking about the way he eats and the things that he eats, and he's always talking about getting a lot of protein and all this stuff. He's a young guy. He just turned 23 yesterday, I think. Anyway, he was, turns out he's afraid of clowns. Big guy, strong guy, and he's afraid of clowns. I grilled him the other day, and I think he really is legitimately scared of clowns. I thought he was just faking it that day, but I think he really is afraid of clowns. Anyway, I just wanted to mention too that while we were playing, Julie was my partner, but she was also supposed to be taking care of the food. We had a taco bar set up there, and she was supposed to be taking care of that, so she ended up giving up on the 6th hole. It was tough though, because if you weren't dead on, if you didn't hit it straight at the hole, if it veered off just a little bit, like upstairs, you'd hit the corner of a pew and the ball would go bouncing across the church. You wouldn't even have to hit it that hard on the surfaces. The ball would just, and then you'd be like way over here, and then it was almost impossible to make par. I was going to mention that I do show the lady who plays the clown. I do show her at the end of this clip that I made, this little film I made. So if anybody out there, I know a couple of you are afraid of clowns. So if you're afraid of clowns, there's a place in the video where you can see me hitting a hole in one. You see me golf twice in this thing. The second time you see me golfing, I hit a hole in one, and you may want to just kind of skip a little bit at that point, because that right after that is the clown. So here's a little clip.
Pretty close.
short video of the clown.
Here, you want to video clown?
Yeah, I'll put this on YouTube so that if Damien watches, he'll be scared.
Yeah, really. I can't really be scared.
I can't either. I think he's faking it. Anyway, just real quick, as I said, I played about 3 to 7 times on each hole, so I assume I hit 100, maybe even more. So I did play 100 holes. I didn't really keep score. I think, as I mentioned, I think I averaged about 3 per hole, because sometimes I'd hit a hole in 1 or get it in there in 2. Other times I would just be lost and never land, and it would take me forever to get back, and I'd just take a 5. So I think in the end, if it was an 18-hole golf course, I figure I probably would have scored about 54, and I don't even remember enough about golf to know. I'm not a golfer, so I don't even know if that's good or not. And especially for miniature golf, I don't know if that's good or not. But anyway, I just wanted to mention real quick for those of you who sent money in, and even those who didn't, which is fine. I want to mention we did raise about $14,000 with this thing, and last I knew there was still money coming in. So thank you very much for those of you who could contribute, and next year hopefully I will let you know a little sooner, so that because I know a couple of people said I would love to, but I didn't know this was coming up. So next year I think they're going to do it again, so I'll try to let you know a little sooner what's going on. I didn't even really understand what was going on until almost the last minute. So anyway, I think that's it. I've got some things I got to get done, and then I got to get to work. So I'll talk to you bloopies later.